Hello, welcome. Here we are now playing Final Fantasy X HD Remaster. We'll be going on to 10-2 as well, and probably skipping the last mission. That one never really appealed to me. So as you can see, we're actually in the load screen. What we're going to do is that we're actually going to skip the intro area and start off in the game proper. The reason why we do this is because this is actually the first time you can actually get access to certain things. Now, in the intro area, you see Sin, you meet Auron, and you see a cutscene game of Blitzball played out, as well as a Titus being hijacked from Xenarcan to Spira. And we do have some cutscenes missed because of that. And we have Riku in the party. Oh, now I remember. Okay, so actually, hold on. There's supposed to be a way to actually get your Albed dictionary. I may have forgotten to do that. Actually, hold on. Let me check this real quick, because there's supposed to be a way to do that. This is the entire point of having this here. Okay, let's see. Let's see here. So it's next to the submerged ruins in the beginning of the game. Oh, we may have missed that spot. Because, this is a bunch of states that have to complete one. Let's see here. We may actually have to restart that anyway to get it correct. So let's see. I kind of forgot how to get back to this title screen. Maybe. Oh, that's the yes. Okay, so some of these have actual boosters in there, and you just shouldn't need them. The special features are actually really interesting. You have the speed up function, which helps a lot. Supercharge just means remember correctly, it's not max damage, but it's actually given full overdrive, which is the limit break for the game. And that's honestly something I would actually recommend doing if you're trying to grind them out, because otherwise it becomes very time consuming, and it's just not fun. In this day and age. You could also increase or decrease your monster rate, and you can turn on AI battle, which is interesting. I would definitely recommend speed boost because move from area to A to B can be long, especially in the older Final Fantasies. Okay, I think this will actually take me all the way out. I don't. Let's see. Yeah, it does. Okay. Okay, unfortunately, it takes you out to the launcher rather than to the main menu because I forgot how to do that. So we are going to do a new game in order to get access to the proper compilation speed. Apparently, I did not do it on that save, so go figure. I was kind of okay. So yeah, I was kind of hoping to avoid that spot, but hey, you can see where you go where you get full control. That's actually the second spot you can save. All right, so HD Remaster was actually a remastering of the international version that was released sometime after the original Final Fantasy X launch. Now, what that means is it's got bonus content like the Dark Aeons, as well as new spear grids, and remember correctly, new access to new items and weapons. Standard is the same that was in the original Final Fantasy X. Expert is supposed to be. I don't actually. Let me look up the differences so I don't give bad info because I never actually did Expert. Now let's see here. Let's see, it should be on the Final Fantasy Wiki. Okay, so here we go. Okay, according to the wiki, across official versions, there are 3 types. Regular, offered in original Japanese and North American versions, 828 nodes with 77 unremovable, and 751 ones that you could be manipulated. Standard, offered in International PAL and HD Remaster, it's got 860 nodes with 85 unremovable and 775 that you can manipulate. Expert, 805 nodes with 85 unremovable and 720. Interesting. And it does not actually seem to matter for unless you're really. I guess I'm pretty sure there's a reason to go expert over it, but I don't think so. I don't know. Now, if you complete a spear grid, you get an achievement for a spear master, and then if you complete it for all 6 characters, you get perfect. So you have to have every single node active with either a stat booster or an ability. It's a lot easier. It's a lot easier than it said. If you ask me, because all you have to do is just fill it in for the first person. In the end, everybody gets the same stats and same abilities. So it's basically just a matter of grinding out the spear levels in order to cash in. Let's see here. Oh, okay. So there's actually more differences. Okay, so look at that. There are actual differences between standard and expert. Standard grid is slightly different from the original grid, with extra branches and nodes to fit the new abilities. In expert, the characters start in the middle, and the player must decide which path each will follow. Okay, so expert means they're more like Kamari, whereas standard makes them more like the way they start out normally in the original game. Because generally speaking, the characters start out in their own spear grids, and then they'll move on. Then once you get access to key spears, you can go to other ones. And the thing about key spears is you only need one to unlock a gate, because then anybody who goes through that path can do it. You don't need to have you don't need to buy 6 the same lowest key spear just to unlock the same gate over and over for each character. It's only one time. Okay, looks like there's nothing else there, so yeah. Just use the standard one because yeah, and you can actually change this on the fly. So Final Fantasy X got a full remastering of the soundtrack that you can switch between the two on the fly, and honestly, a lot of the tracks got better.
Listen to my story. This may be our last chance.
Okay, so as I said, we here basically you can see a lot of stuff like Blitzball done in cutscene format, and you can't access the menu until you reach the first area after leaving Xenarkand.
Can I have your autograph?
Now, something to note about Final Fantasy X is the cutscenes are not skippable. They did not actually introduce cutscene skipping until Final Fantasy X-2. So it's actually kind of interesting.
Good luck tonight.
Can be a bit of a pain in
Nothing to
replays
worry
though.
about. Oh, if I score a goal, I'll do this. That will mean it was for you.
Reading
okay?
chat. Yes, it has 2 games. 3 technically, if you want to be
What seat?
pedantic about it, because
Walk in the front row.
there was a third
Fifth from the right.
game released that was more like a kind of like a, I don't know how to describe it. It's not like a mini game, but it doesn't really feel like a full game. It's more like a kind of more like DLC is what you would call it nowadays.
Are you gonna show? You should do.
Hey, how great is? Yeah.
I'm trying to remember which one. We need to talk to somebody in order to move on.
Yep. Great.
Okay, yeah.
Can you sign?
Anyway, so there's
No
there are
problem.
2 games, no, 2 full games with one that's more like
All right.
modern day. If the third game was released
Take it
nowadays,
easy.
it would be called more of a DLC scenario. But it's it's 10-2 last mission. It takes place around 6 months after the end of
Gotta
10-2.
go. Cheer for me.
2, 3. Teach us how to blitz.
Hey, I got a game to play.
Then teach us after.
Maybe tonight. Well,
You can't tonight.
I mean tomorrow.
Promise?
Promise.
Take note of that sign. It becomes important real soon.
I was in a coffee shop running away from home when I heard the news. Our hero, checked, gone, vanished into thin air. My dad must have been his biggest fan. I knew how sad he'd be. Heck, we all were that day. Zanar, I says to myself, what are you thinking? I went running straight back home. We sat up talking about Jack all night. My dad and I never talked so much. Whoa.
And if you go ahead too far, you can actually
Make
there's
way,
actually
make
more
way.
dialogue in that cutscene.
Coming through, sorry. Hey! Hey, let...
So this is actually one of the extremely rare few times that you can actually see a blitzball, the globe that the blitzball is played in before the water fills up. Check it out, it's Old Man Yasuo. Finally cut that hair, huh? So something to know about Blitzball is it's a highly requested activity for Final Fantasy XIV as a mini game. And Blitzball was fun, but it got really easy to break. And I don't think multiplayer Blitzball would be very good. It'll be either be incredibly great or not good. And I don't think they should risk that, you know. Be in chat, yeah, you need more gimmicks. Also, a fun fact about Yuna and Titus's gear, it's actually something you can buy in Final Fantasy XIV's Mog Station. It's actually pretty low price, and it tends to go on sale often, so...
Orin! What are you doing here?
I was waiting for you.
What are you talking about? Huh?
It begins.
What?
Don't cry.
I never looked at it before, but my imagining is his feet a lot lighter than the rest of his skin. I never noticed that before.
What the? Huh? Hey, wait! Hey, not this way.
Look. We called it sin.
Sin?
respect.
My old man?
I hope you know how to use it. These ones don't matter. We cut.
Now, you can't just stay here forever fighting, but there's no point. And I think it actually is possible to grind out limit breaks, but it will take so long at this point, unless you're using the booster. And honestly, there's way better spots to maximize grinding and all that, so I wouldn't do it here, even with the
going after all of them.
even with the overdrive. And we're gonna speed this up. Otherwise, it gets tedious. Anyway, you'll notice on the right is the order of battle. It tells you who's going to take a turn where, and you can't influence this. This is what I was talking about back during Chimera Squad, and while I was talking about how this battle system reminded me of Final Fantasy X, and you see the same here.
Get out of my tech!
Some can't.
So overdrives are the limit breaks of Final Fantasy X, and if I remember correctly, there's a version of them that does appear in X too, but it's a little bit different. Reading chat, turn-based, yeah, turn-based games are kind of dying now. It's more about real time and everything being active. Kind of sucks, but yeah, what are you gonna do? It's just how things go. Okay, the boss should be going down soon. There we go. So something you know about Auron's weapons is that, if I remember correctly, all of his weapons have piercing in them by default. Now, what piercing means is that against armored enemies, you ignore their defense. And the ultimate weapons in the game get this property as well, but you have to do some severe upgrading first. Okay, just touching it should have done that for us.
What are you laughing at, old man? Lauren, let's get out of here!
Weird expected.
Huh? Give me a break, man!
Okay, when you see something like that, you need to attack the one doing that. Guess we can't. There we go. Otherwise, you get hit with an attack if you don't attack him.
This could be... That! Knock it down!
What?
Trust me, you...
Timber!
Go.
Oren! Oren!
You are sure? This is it. This is your story.
Now, this seems weird as fuck, and honestly it is, but it's explained later on. And we'll get back to why this,
It all begins here.
what this means, later on. It's one of those scenes that makes a lot more sense after you cleared the game once.
Hey. Hey!
My old man?
Also, this will make more sense later on, too.
I thought about a lot of things. Like where I was, what I got myself into. I started to feel lightheaded, and then sleepy. I think I had a dream of being alone. I wanted someone, anyone beside me, so I didn't have to feel alone anymore.
And we should be getting to the playable part soon.
Anybody there? Oren! Hey!
Hmm. We should have gotten to a safe. There it is. Okay, so this is odd. We should have been able to use the compilation spear. Let me look this up, because something seems off here. It should have been here as well. Hmm. Oh, and there's also the ones with the travel agencies, which is odd, 'cause I remember you could do it, very early on. Hmm. Let me check this again. Yeah, it's supposed to be one here at the beginning, but... Hmm. Reading chat, yeah, they always do have good music. It's so odd that I can't seem to actually find it. Like, that is supposed to be the one that has it. Could be we missed the American is actually a smaller icon than that one. Which is why I'm getting confused, because I remember it being part of the actual safe spear itself. So we're going to have to find, the little primer or something. Let's go. So something to know about the overkill mechanic is usually you get it by doing twice as much hit points, or rather meet the threshold of a killing blow, and some require you doing max damage in order to actually get the overkill. Now, what overkill does is, when you do it, you get more rewards from from an enemy. And overkilling in the Monster Arena late game is required in order to accumulate spears and such for leveling and training. Now here he's a boss and you can't really do much about him. This is pretty much a scripted battle. Amazing how fast he can move with a huge monster on his ass.
I had made it out of the frying pan and into the freezer. I thought I was gonna die in this place.
That sounds distorted. Reading chat, yeah, he's got his waterproof Nikes on. So I'm pretty sure that compilation serial was outside. We just missed it somehow. And I really do not want to repeat this entire segment, you know. So we can get our proper upgrade. I'm pretty sure we did get all 26 on this run through in the previous save.
Fire.
But fortunately, the travel agency that's not far into the game will have another one. Okay, there's no flint or anything out there. No, I remember you're supposed to get tinder around here somewhere. Yeah. Convenient.
I need food. What do you want?
It was a bad call. Your team lost because of you.
You came to say that?
It's been 10 years. I thought you'd be crying.
Who, me?
You cried.
Got that gremlin over there.
Hey, wait! Don't go out on me! Just hold on. I'll get more wood. Give me a break!
There's also another scripted one. Getting robbed by a bunch of damn Borderlands rejects.
You on my side?
Now, early on, those grenades are incredibly powerful. Now that is a playable character, and interesting enough, she doesn't have her weapon equipped. You know, it doesn't show her as having her weapon equipped. You know, she does have a, you know, she's more like a melee. She's a melee attacker, but doesn't have a, you know, a claw on.
Phew. That was close. Let me go!
Redek Drak!
Ifin, Irisa, Tekiaka!
Wak Edeku! Kemed?
Fed! Shrivada Krisa!
Ralmia Drakisha Dave.
Ifun Petit.
Now, if I figure out where to find the compilation spear, we will know what they're talking about.
Kuno.
Now, I do know what she said there. She said sorry. It's a substitution cipher because it's basically taking one letter of English and substituting it for another. And there she's saying sorry because I remember what that one was. That's like the one alphabet thing I can remember. So she's apologizing for them knocking him the fuck out.
Kid, did Daija.
Hey, that hurts!
Usujek, Rain?
Whoa. Okay.
Canis!
Right, whatever.
Tuli Hood Kabeg?
Bungo, bungo.
I said I don't understand.
Akonala!
Fed! He said you can stay if you make yourself useful.
You understand me? All right, I'll work.
Hang on a second. So that basically we pick up here where I save one. I really did think I had the compilations, one already, but it's probably too old. Oh, over here. That is a primer. That's unusual.
What's this?
Because one that's actually number 2. Because you're supposed to find the first primer next to a sphere.
All right. You don't have to.
He's saying keep away from that. Best I can remember. So yeah, we're going to have to wait until the travel agency, which is not very far into the game, really. Could have sworn it was one on the ship. Okay. Now, I can remember part of this. He's basically asking something about him being, in the sea. He's giving you potions.
Oh, almost for.
Yeah, and this honestly, the first hour is pretty much just tutorials. First 2 hours is tutorial of the game and the mechanics. Kinda wish I had remembered to make a save further in, but it's been about 5 years since I played this at least, if not over 5 years. So you look at the level keys there, or the spears there are marked with numbers, as well as L's. Those are key spears. They're gates. You need to get key spears to unlock them. Typically speaking, in order to access a different characters or grid, you need at least a level 4. There's no higher than level 4, but level 4s are usually lock off access to other grids, as well as ultimate abilities. So we can just skip past all this because, you know, I can explain it, but it need to be later. And this is also like one of the very, very few times you can see, you know, that character's alternate portrait like that. Yeah, this is one of the very few times. And you can see these are locks. So just a moment, please. Reading chat, yep, that is a big grid. Like I said, yeah, like I said, start with around what is it? Standard has 800 nodes at least. Yeah. I know it's possible to zoom out. No, don't. It used to be possible to zoom out. I know that much. There we go. Hence, yeah, this is pretty much why it took it takes a long time. And again, everybody starts in their own different ones on the standard grid. And the expert, everybody's in the middle. And you can actually see where everybody's at in any given time by looking for this. And they all actually have their own different colors as well. So you can tell who's got something unlocked and who doesn't. Early on, it doesn't matter. You just make sure you get your core abilities and such, and they can be pretty useful early on.
We found some ancient ruins right beneath us. It's not active now. We're gonna go down there and activate it. And then we should be able to salvage the big prize.
Mm-hmm.
Okay, let's get to work.
Roger.
This is a pretty straightforward area. You know, it's, you know, like I said, first couple hours of our tutorial, and I don't think the game really. Oh, wait, did we go back? Yeah, went the wrong way. Yeah, the camera shifts, so it can easily fool you. Yeah, the game doesn't really begin properly until you've gotten past the Bethesda area tutorial. So, if you've noticed, may notice from even be skipping it, trying to fast forward through the tutorial. the spirit grid, you need power spirits to unlock a power, nodes, and same for luck, agility, magic, and so on. In order to really max out a spirit grid, you have to pretty much do monster arena stuff. Those are some vicious piranhas. Oh, that we had taken damage recently. Better use a grenade. Ow. Ooh, Dree. Would you do me a favor, die already? Like right now, as you appear to be doing? Now, when an enemy dies, typically they dissolve into the pyroflies. Pyroflies are supposed to be the departed souls of spear and dead. Still, no matter how many times I play this game through, I'm still not sure what the hell that area is. You're supposed to be recovering something that shows up later on in the story. Which apparently is that what we just look that huge ring thing there. How the hell they got it out from underneath there into the skies? Anybody's guess. I'll bet are crazy.
Verfutra Irsche!
Yeah, see?
Pradalukt van een nek. Hoef, roeftu, tungadib.
Wait! Wicheta!
Hey! Hey, I helped out, didn't I? Hungry.
Damn. Bitch.
Whoa! Right on.
I like how his gloves are probably soaked with seawater. He's just diving in like that. Yeah, see, this is what happens.
Hey! It's because you eat too fast. Hey!
Hello there. What is your name?
Riku?
Whoa! You really do understand. Woo-hoo-hoo! Huh? Why didn't you say so earlier?
I didn't get a chance to. Everyone thought we were a fiend.
We?
Oh, we means you.
Who are you guys anyway?
We're Albed. Can't you tell? Wait, you're not an Albed hater, are you?
I don't even know what an Albed is.
Where are you from?
Xanarkand. I'm a blitzball player. Star player of the Xanarkand Abes.
Did you hit your head or something?
You guys hit me?
Oh, right. Do you remember anything before that?
So I told her everything there was to tell about Xanarkand. About life there, Blitzball, and Sin's attack. And about how Aaron and I were engulfed in this light. I just said things as they came to mind. But then I started to wonder. Did I say something funny?
You were near Sin.
So Sin is the
Don't
big
worry. You'll be better in
antagonist
no time.
of
They
the
say your head gets
you know,
funny when
game.
Sin is near. Maybe you just had some kind of dream?
You mean I'm sick?
Because of Sin's toxin, yeah.
You sure?
Yeah, there is no Xanarkand anymore. Sin destroyed it 1,000 years ago. So no one plays blitzball there.
Huh? What do you mean, 1,000 years ago? But I saw Sin attack Xanarkand. You're saying that happened 1,000 years ago? No way!
So that's one of the main, points in the game that, right, I should rephrase. That's probably the earliest warning sign that Titus is, experiencing some weird shit.
You said... You play blitzball?
Uh-huh.
You know, you should go to Luca. Someone might know who you are, or you might find someone you recognize.
Luca?
Ah.
Huh.
Okay, leave it to me. I'll get you to Luca. Promise. You'd rather stay here?
Uh-uh.
Okay, I'll go tell the others. Wait here. Oh, and one thing. Don't tell anyone you're from Xanarkand, okay? Yevon says it's a holy place. You might upset someone.
Oh, uh-huh. My Xanarkand? Some kind of holy place? Yeah, right, I thought. Since when? Yevon? Sin? Luca? I thought Sin just took me to a faraway place, that I could go back in a day or two. But 1,000 years into the future? No way! Whoa, whoa!
Shin! Sinek Musa! Etonic! Etonic!
Whoa! Ah!
We don't need a... Well, let's go make our dedicated save. This game is one that has a autosave in it, but you don't want to rely on it too much. Always keep a hard save, just in case. Also, reading chat, yeah. Someone we might recognize Dali. The weird-ass logic.
Riku! Blitzball!
Hey, you okay?
Hey! Yo. Hiya.
You wanna try that move one more time?
Finally.
Just takes it right on the head.
You know amateur. Who you play for?
The Xanarkanabes.
What team you say again?
I meant, forget that. I got too, close to Sin, and my head's all foggy like. So, I don't know where this place is. Or even where I came from.
Sin's toxin got to you. But you're still alive. Praise be to Yevon.
What I said a little while ago about that baseball gesture being relevant?
All right, back to practice.
You know, to take note. That'd be why.
Waka.
And Titus
Coach
will say
and
why.
captain of the Besaid Aurochs, brother. What? You hungry? Okay, back to the village. I'll get you something.
Okay, remember there's something you can get here early on. Yeah, this. That is actually something you require later on for ultimate weapons. So, you know, the ultimate weapons are ranked from easy to get to fucking hell. You know, as befitting a JRPG. Titus, unfortunately, falls in the fucking hell camp. Whereas Eunice, which is the one we just picked up, okay, I should explain. There's two components for the ultimate weapon upgrade: the crest and the sigil. Wait, is it sigil or sigil? It's sigil, isn't it? So the crests are usually pretty easy to get,
isn't it?
and they unlock about halfway complete for the ultimate weapon.
Lot of cities in Spira. Big
The sigils are
cities with
usually
machina,
locked behind some
machines to
time-consuming
run 'em.
activity.
People played all day and let the machina do the work. And then, well, take a look. Sin came and destroyed the machina cities. And Xanarkand along with him. Yeah, that was about 1,000 years ago. If you ask me, Sin's our punishment for letting things get out of hand. What gets me though is we gotta suffer
from what I remember,
did way back when.
Wakas was actually really easy to get. You know, both for the crest and the sigil.
It's hard to keep at it sometimes.
Titus sigil is incredibly
just as Riku
obnoxious
said.
unless you get really
Waka and
lucky.
Riku couldn't both be lying.
Lulu's is
Why
also a
would
pain in
they?
the ass. Eunice is actually really easy.
But you from the Xanarkand Daves, that was a good one, huh? Hey, I'm not saying that team never existed, yeah? But you gotta figure, a team living in luxury like that be pretty soft, eh?
I appreciated the fact that Waka was trying to cheer me up. But at that time, all I could think about was everything that happened to me. All this started with Sin. Maybe if I could find Sin one more time, I could go home. For now, I just live life until that time came. No more worrying about where or when I was. Sure, it was hard not to think of home, but I started to feel better already. A little better, maybe.
Hey, it's this way.
Huh?
Waka's kind of a dumbass and a douche. At least it's a funny one.
What's the big idea?
You know, just I was gonna say you gotta give it to Square. They knew how to make very pretty good, games. Like you just look around in the setting, you can't, you really don't have much camera control. A PS2 title like this. Or I should better rephrase that one. 10 and 10-2 originally came out on PlayStation 2. Then they got remastered for PS3 and PS4. And that later saw a Steam release. But this is still building off of PlayStation 2 era design, and even for then, it was still so goddamn pretty. Let's see, remember correctly. Okay, that's not it. Which one was the... Oh, it's F3. Okay, so we're going to turn off no encounters to get through this quicker. There we go. Because early on it's just a hassle, but mid and late games where you want to start grinding. And honestly, there's a way better spots late game to grind, like the Phoenix Auto Phoenix cheese strat. Now that was a fucking hilarious one. It still worked in this version, so it's pretty funny. So we might have some trouble on bosses, but I'm not sure. We don't have to do any real
Got a favor to ask you.
grinding until we get to the second
team,
summon.
right?
Or at second chamber.
A major Blitz tournament's coming up. All the teams in Spira will be there. It's so huge, I'm sure someone there will recognize you. Then you can go back to your old team, right? It'll be fun. What do you say, huh? Come on, come on!
Sure thing.
Dude, our team is gonna rock, eh?
I thought then that Blitzball and Sin were the only two things that Spira and Xanarkin had in common. I wasn't too far off either.
This is where I was born. I started Blitz when I was 5. I joined the Aurochs at 13, 10 years ago. 10 years.
And apparently you
We
can be a
never
kid,
won a game.
a pro player.
Well, after last year's tournament, I quit.
10
seemed right.
years losing streak? Jesus Christ, did we just join the fucking equivalent of the Cleveland Browns?
So, after quitting, I got this new... But every time my mind wandered.
10 years without a single win will do that.
My first match last year was... But something else was on my mind.
Nice excuse.
Hey, hey!
Not an excuse. Not an
So, you want
excuse.
to win the next tournament? So, what's our goal?
I don't care how we do. Long as we play our best. If we give it our all, I can walk away happy.
No. When you play in a Blitzball tournament, you play to win.
Victory.
Ah, the one from the sea.
Be on guard. There are
After surviving your run-in with Sin,
Who are they?
Luzu and Gata, Crusaders.
Huh? Crews of what?
What, you forgot that too? Hey, sorry. Don't worry
Cool. In return, come tournament time, I'll make sure we take the cup.
Cool. About the Crusaders, you can ask them yourself. Crusade village.
They got any food there?
We'll get you something over there later. Take a look around first.
Later, dude. He's got the munchies. Look at him.
Let's see.
Come on.
Crusaders'
He's
lodge
talking
is
about,
over yonder.
he's got the
Usually
surfer
captain usually
attitude,
there.
surfer, accent, look. Hangs around, water a lot.
All right.
Athletic. No way he ain't toking up.
Over here.
Huh? What's up?
You do remember the prayer, right?
Get him some munchies.
I didn't know it in the first place, to tell the
Now,
truth.
this dialogue does change slightly
Man, that's
depending on
like
which
the
answer you
basics
pick.
of the basics. All right, I'll show you. Go ahead, you try. Hey, not bad.
It's kind of funny he's
now,
acting
go
like this
present
because,
yourself to the
he's supposed to be an ace
temple
blitzball
Any
player.
blitzball player would know
See?
that prayer. It was the blitzball sign for victory.
There's supposed to be a primer around here. At least I remember there one being one. There it is. It's volume 2. Generally speaking, they pop up for the first time in areas as you explore the story, so you're supposed to explore around.
You were attacked by Sin.
Kind of like
right?
the little cactus
Recently, was it?
in Trials of
think so.
Mana, where
So,
the first chance you
Sin
get
can't
to
be
it is
far,
normally
right?
when you're going to do it for the
You're
first
not
time.
hiding anything.
Why would I?
If Sin's nearby, but it hasn't.
I'm sorry. I really don't know any. To tell the truth,
You're kidding, right?
Sin, the toxin. Gotta tell him who we are.
Yes, sir. The Crusaders are sworn to. We have chapters throughout Spira. The hero Mihen formed the Crusaders 800. Later, our ranks grew and we called ourselves.
What? You've been fighting 800 years and you still haven't beat it?
Well, we've steered Sin away from town's men, and that's all we can
So
do.
they're just like the real
Nobody's ever been
Crusades.
able to defeat it. Our mission as Crusaders is to protect
400
the
years of
temples,
warfare and
towns,
still not a
villages,
fucking
and
thing to
people
show
of
for it.
Spira.
So, then whose job?
Is Sin's toxin really this
Ah,
bad, sir?
history jokes.
It does seem rather bad. We could just tell you, but I think it better for you to go pray at the temple.
But it is kind of interesting there.
Go present yourself to the temple.
It was then, standing in that place. I began to realize how different this world was from my own.
Ten years have passed since Lord Braska became High Summoner. And finally, we receive a statue for our temple.
Well, what's a High Summoner? I got too close to Sin's, toxin. It was funny hearing myself make the same excuse over and over. Funny, and a little sad.
The summoners are practitioners.
And I kind of forgot to talk about just at the start that opening cutscene where we were around ruins. That's actually at the midway point of the game.
Entities of great power, the Aeons.
Technically, it's actually the start of the in-game rush.
Come down to us. They are the blessing of Yevon.
But yeah, I would honestly say it's more mid-game because there's a lot to do once that part gets cleared, and you actually have a lot of stuff unlocked.
We should respect some kind
so I would
of
consider more
man
mid-game than the
something like
in-game.
that, I figured.
You know, Final Fantasy X uses a different, let me pause this. It uses a different technique to tell most of its story up to the certain point where you take over from the opening cutscene. It uses what's called in media res, which means a lot of the narrative is actually telling a story that already happened and then picking up where the storytelling starts. So here, the way it's done is it's tied to telling the story up to that point where the cutscene took place. So this is all stuff that technically has already happened, but anything after the cutscene is considered new story, if that makes any sense. It's actually a very interesting storytelling technique that you don't actually see often. And it's one I actually I really like, because there's many ways to do it. You can actually go in on something that's already in progress instead of building up to it. You know, kind of like you wonder how I got here. You know that kind of that meme. Yeah, there's actually okay. If you ever see a movie with a guy in like deep shit or something, and he's saying, "Oh, you're probably wondering how I got here." Well, let me tell you the story. That is how it is. That is what it is. Both of the Deadpool movies did use that exact technique. They just did differently in each movie. So that is what in media res is like, and it's actually really good.
Sorry, man. Take a nap. You look bushed.
Okay. Was my mic muted the entire time here? I was talking about the in media res technique. Just in case it was, if you ever wonder, basically half of Final Fantasy's in media res. So you're doing that big pause segment I was talking about in media res, and basically it's telling a story up to
You could at least go see how they're doing.
let's see.
We can't
Let me better
interfere.
explain
It's
it.
a rule.
Basically, the cutscene is the opening cutscene we saw actually is at the mid to end game rush of the game, the main story rather, and everything up to that point is being retold here. So we're playing stuff that's already happened. Reading chat. Okay, I wasn't muted. Okay.
Thank
And, and I did use examples. Read chat. Yes, I wasn't muted. Okay, good. Yes, I was talking about the Deadpool movies being examples of media res.
But he might die. Fine, let him. Do you?
Okay, and also look at this. This is what I'm talking about. This is what I was talking about during the Trials of Mana playthrough.
You'll never be able
It's a Square RPGs have so many goddamn games with daddy issues in them. It's not Square RPG until you kill God and you have a character that's got at least one character that's got parental issues. In Trials of Mana, all 6 of them did.
Waka?
Anyway. So now we go back here. And honestly, okay, yeah, actually, I think only 2 Final Fantasy titles ever actually used immediate rest. 10 and Tactics.
Is something
because
wrong?
Tactics actually opens up in the future of the game's storyline, and the entire first chapter there is retelling how events unfolded up to that point.
There's a room in there called the
So those are the only 2 Final Fantasy titles I've ever seen using that technique, and it's actually great.
If the prayer is heard, the apprentice becomes.
And I've heard that since Tactics Ogre is coming to
so
Steam,
someone is in there somewhere,
I
and
feel
they
like
haven't
there's
come
a
back
very
out.
strong
Right,
chance
I
that
got
Final Fantasy Tactics will finally come to
Day's
Steam.
already gone by.
Is it particularly dangerous?
Sometimes, yes.
And if it does, that will be a future Let's Play.
There's
Another one I'm really
already
excited
guardians in
about, just like with Trials of
Besides,
Mana.
it's forbidden.
Hey, but what if something happens? What if the summoner dies?
The precepts must be obeyed.
Fuck your
Like I
laws.
care.
And honestly, this is like a defining trait of
wasn't such a
Titus,
good
that he does
idea
not give a
after
fuck
all.
about their laws. Okay, also, this is the Cloister Trials. First off, there's 2 objectives inside the Cloister. One is the story objective of clearing it in order to gain access to the Aeon contained within. The second is to find the secret item which you need in order to gain access to another Aeon later in the game. And it's always better to go there to get the second objective while you're there for the first time. It gets easier. It gets harder as the cloisters progress, and it's easy here. So basically, these are little mini puzzles, such. They're not terribly hard. And honestly, only the last story one is actually a pain in the ass. Because it requires a lot of going back and forth. And each cloister has 3 types of spears. It's got a glyph, a destruction, and the shrine's type. So here we are in a Besaid cloister, so we have Besaid spears. And this is where you take the destruction spear once it's unlocked. Okay, we need to go back and get this spear. I forgot, once the door's open, you can go back and get it. Pretty sure that was the way to. Oh. Okay, yeah, that way had to be the way to continue the story. Ah. So that's not the right one, I guess. I'm trying to remember where it was at. It's, it's actually a really simple one here. I just can't remember precisely. Okay, so that's to be Sage Spear. Oh, I think I remember now. I'm pretty sure you're supposed to put the Destruction Spear in there. So charge it back. Yeah. Move. So we need to swap this back there. And that is the way to complete the story, right? Complete this trial. That becomes important later on. There we go. Sometimes it's not quite obvious, but then it is. It's a lot easier if you play it a few times and know. See? Now we got the treasure unlocked. And you have to collect it. And you see that little glyph popped up. That indicates you've unlocked one. You've unlocked one of the seals on the. No, don't need to. Yeah. There we go. You've unlocked one of the seals on the secret Aeon. Because this is required in order to unlock, this a secret Aeon.
Hey, it's okay.
Let's see, there's 5 others if I remember right.
Apprentice summoners and their guardians can enter here. It's a tradition, very important.
Fuck tradition.
So what about you?
Me? I'm a guardian.
A guardian?
It's anything like Highlander, we are fucked.
Whoa! Ah!
Summoners go on a pilgrimage to pray at every temple in Spira. Guardians protect them. The Guardian's in there now. One of them's got a short fuse, and who knows what the other's thinking. Well, now that we come this far, might as well go all the way.
What are you doing here? Didn't think we'd be able to handle it?
No, it's just... See, I told you she gets mad easy.
Is the summoner all right?
Who are you?
I've done it. I have become a summoner.
Man, was I surprised. And here I was thinking summoners were all old geezers.
So anyway, Ice Queen over there is Lulu. If you wonder why her voice is familiar, it's because she's voiced Camilla in Fire Emblem. Don't know where you're going him right now. If I remember correctly, characters later on that joined later on actually have spirit levels reflective of the growth of the party since they joined or departed. Yeah, also the big blue furry bastard there is Kamari.
Wait till you see
when
this.
you get to Kamari as a party member, I'll go into why what makes him so unique.
Ready?
Okay.
I had never seen anything like it in my life. Sure, it was a little scary, but still, I could feel a strange kind of gentleness coming from it.
You got you named them differently, but
night,
there's no.
We talked
it's either
for the
just
first time. I
go
didn't
to
know
default
it
name.
then, but after that night, everything changed.
Also, something to note
For
about
everyone.
Balfour here is, it's an Aeon that actually has two different overdrives. You have to go back to Besaid after you leave the village for the first time. You have to go back and get it to get the second one. And it's actually it's one that's got a longer cooldown, or rather, it has a longer penalty to turn speed, but it's actually a lot more damage. Also, it's not obvious yet, but Yuna has some of the highest DPS potential in the game.
To do our best.
Simply because in the international version, her summons got changed. Some are now actually multi-hit instead of one hit, unlike the original PlayStation 2 release. And since the remaster is based on the international version, that transferred over here. So a couple of her hidden summons are actually extremely fucking strong. One is supposed to be able to do about 3 million damage with one overdrive. And it's actually extremely easy to get a Aeon out that has two overdrives at once, thanks to how Eunice works. Let's see, is she in the party? No. Okay, let's see. All right, well. Basically, Eunice overdrive is called Grand Summon. Now, what it does is it summons an Aeon in overdrive. And this overdrive is actually independent from the Aeon's overdrive. So, if an Aeon has no overdrive meter or has a fully charged one, it will not be impacted by Eunice summon. So you can actually use 2 overdrives in a row if the Aeon already had a full overdrive meter before being grand summoned. It's actually a key strat later on to bring down bosses quick.
You heathen!
Stay away from the summoner!
Old ass bitch, shut up!
Man!
Oh shit, you don't even know me, kid!
Yuna, be careful.
Acting like I'm a goddamn sex
It was
offender.
really my fault to begin with. I'm Yuna. Thank you so much for your help earlier.
Damn brat.
Huh? I'm sorry about that. Wasn't I not supposed to? Guess I kind of overreacted.
Oh no, I was overconfident.
I saw that Aeon thing. That's amazing.
Really? Do you think I can become High Summoner?
Lady Yuna, come play with me some more.
So, tomorrow then.
Tomorrow?
We're going on the same boat, aren't we?
Oh, really?
We can talk more.
Huh.
You can tell me all about Xanarkand.
She's cute, yeah? Don't get no ideas.
Fuck you, Waka, I'll get all the ideas I want.
Hey, but what if she, comes on to me?
That's not going to happen.
Yeah, right.
I had a bed made for you.
A lot of this gets a lot funnier in hindsight when you complete the game once. Oh, so we had to talk to him. That's right.
Ready? Don't overdo.
So there's actually hidden relationship mechanics in this game that affect cutscenes later on around the mid-game point. So it doesn't actually matter much. It's just dialogue changes, really.
Good. Sleep.
Okay, we got this little interactive cutscene again.
Where's that boat?
Everyone will find us if it doesn't come soon.
You really sure this is okay?
Would you take me to Xanarkand?
Hey! You said you'd go with me!
Oh, hey,
I thought Waka told you not to get any ideas.
How the hell you know about that?
You did?
Oh shit!
Yeah, so you're coming with me.
This dog. The entire scene's funny as hell.
You with a woman? You can't even catch a ball.
Damn!
Oh, what's
Daddy
the matter?
disrespect over there.
Gonna cry again? Cry.
So yeah, like I said, this is just a classic example of a Squaresoft RPG having at least one character with major parental issues. It's usually dad issues too.
I hate you! That's the spirit.
You can do it.
I hate you!
He's dead, okay? Dead.
See, seriously, daddy issues. Now that I think about it, I don't think there is a Final Fantasy game that doesn't have major dad issues, or rather doesn't have major parental issues, and the parental issues are almost always dad. There are times where it's not. But damn.
Yeah, but he needed our help.
Excuses again?
Like, okay, let's look at
Yeah, but
Final Fantasy IV. Cecil had a shitload of them,
No more.
and apparently passed it on later on to his own kid in after years, from what I understood. Let's see, Final Fantasy VI, Terra and hers. 7, Sephiroth. 8, almost the entire cast. Since the playable characters are mostly orphans. And then you had Renault and her shit with her dad.
Who's Chapu?
And 9,
little brother,
Zidane,
Chapu.
Kuja, and Garland.
Like
Here
him.
we got Jecht and Titus.
He was with the Crusaders when they
12 had
Sid last
Balthier and Sid. It just goes on and on. I'll be surprised if Final Fantasy 16 doesn't have any.
So that's why.
I became a guardian to fight sin, yeah?
Revenge, then?
That was the idea.
And don't even get me started on all
more
the
worried about stupid
parental
game
issues
rather than
in
avenging my brother.
14.
Well,
It forms
after the next
entire
tournament, I'll be a guardian
quest
full time.
chains.
I know it kind of looks like I'm using you, but I'm not.
So yeah, recurring theme here that's being put on full display with Jecht and Titus.
You really helped me out, you know? What I mean is... Thanks, Waka.
Stop. You're embarrassing me.
All right, we are finally back in control. I should turn off. There we go.
Hey, sleepyhead. Something I want to give you.
Whoa! You're giving this?
So this is Titus' signature sword,
Yeah,
the Brotherhood.
use it
Well, it's not called the Brotherhood; it's just called Brotherhood. But I think I've seen it referenced, as the Brotherhood indicated from
That's
different
the
swords
sword
and
you
such.
gave Chapu.
Well, he never used it.
Now, this is actually an
Where's Yuna?
interesting weapon.
We're taking the same boat
Because
as
first,
Yuna,
it gives
right?
you access
Why
to
do we
water
got it here?
elemental, which is
Yuna came to this
kind of hard to
village
get
10
early
years ago,
on.
when the last calm started.
And second, it can actually be upgraded.
Since then,
And it's honestly
she's been like a
Titus'
little
signature
sister to
sword
me,
because
she
in
had the talent.
all of
She became an
all the
apprentice.
most
Now,
media
today,
and artwork
she
depicting him,
lives as a
he's
summoner.
shown wielding the
This
sword,
is our journey.
including on
We
the
should
cover
leave
of the
together.
original Final Fantasy X. And the HD remaster changes it to a cover of Titus and Yuna.
Don't need all that luggage.
But it is basically his
they're not
sword.
really my
And I
things.
think,
They're
yeah,
gifts
okay,
for the
in
temples we're to
10-2,
visit.
it's actually brought back as
This
one of
isn't a
Yuna's
vacation.
weapons. It
I
makes
guess-
more sense there. Don't worry.
I guess you're right.
We'll get to 10-2 in time. Don't worry. So it will make more sense
Okay,
why
off we
she's
go.
using it there. Now let's see. Oh, and also I was gonna say, Titus and Yuna are pretty much the de facto leads of 10, because in the cross game media within the Final Fantasy franchise, Titus is almost always the representative of 10. If it's not Titus, then it's usually Yuna. Now we're gonna go back in and get that Velfor upgrade. So you gotta go all the way back over here and look for the dog. You may have to wait for it to come out. Actually, let me go look at it. There may be a certain step we missed in order to trigger this. Let's see, Veil 4. I think it's Veil 4. I don't know if it's Veil 4 or Valley 4. Let's see. Oh, we had to look for a dog, and then it's supposed to be next to a girl. It's been so long I didn't really remember. And I thought the dog was up here. So we're looking for a young girl. Could be over here, which is why it got me confused. Nope. Let's check inside the temple. Generally speaking, you can always go back to a cloister if you missed the treasure in it. But it's always better to try to get it the first shot. There is an exception to where you cannot get the treasure in the first try, but that's a late game one. And it's one you have to actually come back to after the story's progressed. Now, where is that young girl? You know, some of the NPCs move around, so you may have to wait. Let me see. Okay, so you gotta go to the item shop and then talk to the dog. Okay, we gotta find the item shop then. I think that's actually the dog that does it, but we gotta trigger the event to make a move. Sadly, item shops aren't very easily, well marked. And I can't remember which one it is. There it is. Now, the dog should be here still, right? The energy blast is a higher potency attack. So anyway, here, the rest of Beset is pretty much a tutorial on party mechanics and what it can do. So,
hey, why don't you try out?
No problem.
Not too shabby. Might make a good guardian someday. A flyer.
So this basically tells you certain key things that actually are included with bosses as well. Oh, wrong button. Let's see. Items. Yep, no, quit. So if you look at the abilities, there's a lot, like I don't know, what, 24 or 36 different abilities. There's all kinds of crazy combinations you can make with the gear in this game. The still speed means you should be, it means the enemy will drop certain things that you distill from. It's also something that we don't really need to worry about for a very long time, because item customization and such, that's late game worries, not mid or early or mid, unless you really need a specific status helmet or elemental strike. Now you'll notice this thing has 4 slots on it, and you cannot customize it. Yeah, we can't actually customize it yet. Okay. So yeah, right now it's just got a strength upgrade. When you get to I think about 2 more hours from now. Let's see. I'm trying to think of how much time from here to there it is. It may actually be more like 3 or 4 hours from here to there. It'll probably be a next session. but you get an upgrade at a story point that turns into 5% strength, with an extra 10% strength bonus, as well as water strike and sensor on it. Sensor allows you to see enemy hit point data. Water strike adds the water element to it. Okay, so there's two types of strikes in the game. One is called touch, where it gives a kind of random chance of whether or not it actually affects it. It does what it says it can do. And strike means it's guaranteed. If I remember correctly, elements always come in strike, but status effects can come in touch or strike. And the opposite of it is proof, where you are immune to that status effect. And here, this is why you want to get the treasure early on and bring Yuna in your party. Not only does it help build her up, but it also gives you access to a sensor.
That looks like trouble.
Looks like it ate some fucking, great spaghetti. Look at that.
Told ya, only magic can beat that thing.
Or beating the shit out of it. That's also an option. It's always an option.
They don't like
magic element.
Let's have our black mage show you what I mean. Lou, you're up.
So yeah, it's not obvious Lulu is the black mage of this game.
Spells of ice work well against
in terms of game mechanics, I honestly say she's probably the strongest black mage in the series.
What about lightning and water?
Assuming you do not count what black mages can do in 14. Because Lulu actually does have a severely high DPS potential. It's not as high as Yuna's Aeons, Titus, or Waka, but she's actually one of the strongest characters in the game when properly built. Now let's see, he is a water, so should be Thunder Weak. Yep. Now that also has a major meaning later on. In the, when you come across enemies that are very weak against certain elements, it will just shit on you if you do not blast them with it. So, but yeah, I honestly, if you go by game mechanics and what canon black mages look like in the other games, Lulu probably is the strongest one normally.
Let's get going, man.
We're gonna wait.
Huh?
Or...
What's going on?
It's an ancient custom. Chapu didn't pray that day.
I don't think it actually matters much if you pray or just watch.
That should do it.
We haven't saved in a while, have we? So we have part of it, decoded. It says Kilika and Benel. Sorry, Kilika and Bikanel. Something. So it's Kilika, Bikanel, or something at. Okay, I'm gonna go decode this because this is actually, if I remember correctly, it's actually a hint towards where you can find Riku's ultimate weapons, as well as other stuff. Okay, so let's see here. C translates to J, okay. Let's see here. Oh, okay, so now I see it. It's not at, it's as. So this translates to Kilika and Bikanel join as one. That you remember correctly, that means there's a secret thing in either Bikanel or Kilika. I can't remember. He ain't happy. Remember correctly, this is actually the only time in the entire series that Kimahri is a boss. And yeah, he uses jump attacks like a dragoon, so I'll go into him more in a moment like I promised I would. I think you can keep spamming, you know, cheer to increase stats and everything, but...
That's enough.
What's with...
Kimahri Ronso, of the Ronso tribe. He's learned the Fiend's way of fighting.
So...
That's not what...
Once we get him in the party, I'll show.
Huh?
Sometimes we don't understand him either. Kimahri doesn't talk much anyway. But he has protected me.
Okay, let's go ahead and equip that on Waka. Okay, he's not quite in a party yet. So let's go ahead and talk about him. So Kimahri is interesting because he's effectively a blue mage. Right, he's the blue mage of 10, but at the same time he's also the dragoon. So he's a very unusual combination of a blue mage and a dragoon, which I've taken to calling the blue dragoon because he uses elements of both jobs. Even though he's mechanically more like a dragoon. And no, this does not make him a fucking Azure Dragoon. Let's get that joke out of the way now. Besides, you think Steny wouldn't beat the shit out of him just by looking at him? Come on. Also, you know, you'll note he's part of the Ronso tribe. If you're coming from 14, then you may wonder why that term's familiar. It's because in the Shadowbringers areas, you know, the first... The Ronso are what the Hrothgar are called on the first. And one of the Hrothgar presets actually is Kimahri. Just like one of the Viera female presets comes out to looking like Fran. Wait, I just want to saw something there. Yeah. And I guess we don't get him into the boat, but it's weird because I thought he joined right after that. And now we get the Aeon tutorial.
A flyer! That's your department, right?
True. But, why don't we let our summoner show us what she's made of? Your first real battle. Let's see some style.
Show us what your training has taught you, Yuna.
Okay.
So, first off, only Yuna can summon. It's not like a Final Fantasy 9, 8, 7, or previous games, or most other games where there's more than one summoner. Here, it's exclusively Yuna. Kind of like how in the 4 it was exclusively Rydia. Now, Veil 4 has some very interesting abilities. First off, Sonic Wings, will delay its turn, which can be very useful in certain strategies if you're using Aeons like meat shields to buy some time while setting up for other stuff. And by default, Veil 4 comes out with the core 4 elements, so you can use her to replace Yuna, not Yuna, but Lulu in a pinch for certain things. And also, Aeons, not only are they obviously controllable, but they got two different, abilities. You can dismiss, which is best if you want to save an Aeon's life. You can go boost, which takes more damage, but it also charges your overdrive faster. Shield does the opposite. Shield is actually a great way to use the Aeons as a meat shield because you can use them when you know an enemy is about to do a big attack. Yeah, we'll do that again. 2 more should give it if we don't get the next one. Ooh. There we go. Okay, so typically speaking, Energy Ring puts her turn on a higher cooldown. But it doesn't seem like it matters that she matters here because it looks like Overdrive is the same on either way. This should actually kill, because his overdrive is the stronger one. Yep. And Aeons actually have victory poses. Okay, and also something I didn't talk about. AP is gained by participation in a battle. If a character does not do something like an attack at the minimum, then they can't gain AP. This is actually important to know because this is certain AP exploit strats later on rely on you actually getting the character to do a turn, an action.
Another one of those. No problem. Leave this one. Say goodnight, birdie. Yeah.
So yeah, I could be wrong, but I believe you have to at least take an action. It doesn't necessarily have to be attack, but you have to do something in order to qualify as participating in the battle. Okay, so Let's fry it. Let's go ahead and turn the counters back off. Because we want to get through this quickly. Go over, talk to... Yep. There we go. That makes Yuna less fragile early on, so you want to have her in the party. Typically speaking, you know, if you're a big fan of Yuna and Titus, you can put them in your party early on to get them as much XP as possible. There are a couple of others, you know, like Riku that comes back later on around mid-game. And then you have Oron, who does join the party.
Goodbye.
You know, watching how the Poseidon's act, it's basically, you know, this entire thing is like, tell me Yuna has a 100% approval rating without telling me she has one.
Boo.
God damn! Surprise! As you can tell, Titus is a real douche. Is this gonna get me in trouble on Twitch? That's so funny as a moment.
Word is, that's I heard she's Lord Braska's daughter. You don't say.
Lord Braska's?
Let's go down there.
Ooh, that was yeah.
These won't stop. Tell that to fucking the Mog Station crew. I'm sure that shit sold like crazy.
Like... I've no business with you.
Who do you think you?
Awaka the 23rd.
Fuck you and your shitty sense of fashion, buddy.
Awaka the who?
Don't know me? But someday, say, lad, you would.
Gil doesn't matter much right now.
I guess
It pays off later.
Fine seed money.
Basically, you want to give him money. So, you know, because part of his side quest, both in this game as well as 10-2, is that he pays back the player big time. Also, how the hell is it this guy runs around playing in a blitzball all the time, but he gets seasick?
Have you got some?
Like, what the fuck is that?
I'm not at liberty to talk about our plan.
He's not at liberty to talk about the plan because he doesn't have one. I know that lingo. I know what that means. And the remember, there's actually a primer around here. Might be downstairs.
What the heck?
What the heck is what?
What is this place?
It's a fucking 6-foot pigeon.
Room, like it says on the door.
Yeah, but why the big birds?
Looks like some good eating, though.
What's so strange
I do
about
like
chocobo power?
I do like some chicken.
Chocobo?
What? What kind of backwater island did you come from, anyway?
Miracles and oddities were.
Cause someone, the prime was in here. Maybe it doesn't really matter. We'll find a compilation spear eventually. Let me check. It's gonna bother me. Let's see. Let me pull up the list. Oh, it is down there. Okay. So it's back down in the engine room. No, it wasn't crazy. It probably just didn't see it too well because, everything looks bright down there. At least to me. Oh, I thought that was a damn bucket. No wonder. It's half on the screen to me, so I thought that was a bucket.
So, is Yuna's...
She's the daughter of High Summoner Braska. You saw his statue at the temple. Lord Braska defeated Sin 10 years ago. Yuna's the heir to a great legacy.
It's tough when your father's famous.
Huh?
Waka's a bit lacking in the imagination department.
Huh?
Thanks, Lulu. I'll keep that in mind.
the wind. It's nice.
Might as well remove that from the screen.
You're a blitzball player, aren't you? From Xanarkand, right?
You hear that from Waka?
Mm-hmm.
Huh. Waka. Waka doesn't believe me at all.
But I believe you.
Huh?
I've heard in Xanarkand there is a great stadium, all lit up, even at night.
Huh?
Great blitzball tournaments are held there, and the stands are always full.
How do you know that?
A man named Jack told me. He was my father's guardian.
Checked. My father. His name is Jecht.
Amazing! You know, our meeting like this must be the blessing of Yevon.
Blessing my ass.
Sounds like him, but it can't be him.
Why not?
My old man, he died. 10 years ago, off the coast of Xanarkand.
I'm sorry.
He went out to sea for training one day, and never came back. And no one's seen him since then.
Why, that's the day that Jecht came to Spira.
But,
It's true, I first met Jecht 10 years and 3 months ago. I remember that was the day my father left. The date fits, doesn't it?
Yeah, but how would he get here?
You're here, are you not?
So as you can tell, she's got jokes.
What do you think you're doing? Stick a harpoon in him and we'll all get dragged under.
Zin is going for Kilika. We gotta distract it. Our families are in Kilika. Forgive us, Lady Summoner.
Wait! Oh boy!
You know, I don't actually know if they established why Sin was doing this attack early on. I can't actually remember if they were explained. Could have just been, you know, well, I'll explain more later about my theory about what's going on here. And now we got Kimari finally. I'm gonna skip this. There we go. Speed up the animation a bit. None of that now. Doesn't look like there's any weakness for him, so... Oh, one shot. Or not. Guess we got lucky.
When's this going to end? The fin, quick!
It costs $250 a turn, okay. It's not gonna last long. Oh. Oh, that's also something I should talk about. When you get a boss down to, let's see if we can pause this. Come on. Nope. Can't pause the battle, oddly enough. Anyway, when a boss gets down to 50% hit points or so, they have a slump animation. The same is also true of characters in this game, which is also something else you saw in previous games. However, I don't think until 10 that bosses did not actually have a slump animation. Ooh, so when the Aeon gets knocked out, they lose their overdrive as well. And you have to wait for them to revive. Usually it's a fight number of battles. So Lancer restores hit points and mana. If it's an enemy he can learn something from, he'll get an ability. And I don't think we get any until the next area. Yeah, let's heal. Okay, boss isn't available right now. Oh, there he is. It's weird targeting. Ow. Calling you, Lulu, because we don't have a summon right now. Fry his ass. So, don't mind me, just jumping in. Now, that was a nice little trick shot. Handy. Also, that's something I didn't talk about. You can actually change your weapon and armor out during the fight. So that's actually a huge deal because you can change out a weapon from something that's weak against a boss to something that's strong against one. You should be able to actually blind him. Remember right. That's not good. Better heal up. Oh wait, did the blindness wear off? Okay. Didn't see that. There we go. Better heal. Ooh, that was spooky. There we go. Let's think everybody got, everybody got AP on that one. Would it be too fucked up to make a hurricane joke right about now? Like right about now, I'm thinking of the Scorpion song. Here I am, rock you like a hurricane. I feel like it might be a little bit too fucked up.
When Sin attacked Xanarkand that day, I woke up in Spira. I kept hoping it would work in reverse, too.
I will defeat Sin. I must defeat Sin.
I was just fooling myself. Maybe it was that day, on the sea, under the burning sun. I started to give up hope. I was in a foreign world. I wasn't going home. This was my new reality, and I was stuck in it for good.
Greetings. I am the...
Oh, Milady Summoner!
If there is no other summoner here...
Thanks, BT.
Technically speaking, there actually is a summoner, but well, you'll see in a moment. You'll see soon.
Please, take me to...
We'll go see what we can do.
Huh?
Oh, whoa. Okay, I held the wrong button. So we're gonna actually end here pick up next time with the events at Killicut and see where we end up next session. So thanks for watching. See you next time.